This is just my body camera. Alright, I'm just going to read this to you. I have the right to remain silent, but I do not have to answer any questions put to me or make any statement. Any statement I make or anything I say can and will be used against me in the court of law. I have the right to an attorney present before I answer any questions or make any statements. If I cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to me by court prior to any questioning. I can decide at any time to exercise my rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. I understand these are my rights under law. I have not been threatened or promised anything, and I now desire and agree to answer any questions put to me or to make a statement.
The only thing I've been promised with the officers that I'll be out in the morning today.
I'm saying for this, I am not promising you.
Oh yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yes, you do?
yes.
Okay. So the next part is this is, you can reread everything that I read to you. This is for me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you agree, just put initial, and the signature. Okay.
What's today?
4th? 4th.
What's the time?
It is 9:03. Sure, the reason I come down and I talk to everybody is obviously there's two sides to every story. Okay, sometimes when people got locked up, sometimes the tensions are a little bit high and people don't necessarily get their story out right. And I get it, they did talk to both of you. But I guess it's kind of your chance to talk, my chance to listen to everything. So I guess what happened?
Yeah. What is that? Today's the 4th. That was.
Those timelines. So you were arrested yesterday, so they came out in the afternoon.
So that was on the 2nd of that night because I was personally on vacation. This is my vacation week.
Okay.
So we have a Feast of Tabernacles, which is a Jewish holiday that we do every year, and we're normally out, whether you can go camping or in your backyard, you have a tent. It's just to honor God and show Him that we can't live off of the land, off of the world, but since we're in this day and age, we can use electronics and things like that. Sure. Go in the house, use the bathroom, shower, and everything. So I work nights, graveyard shift, so to speak. So I get home around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Normally my routine is I get home, I kiss my wife on the forehead, my son on the forehead, and I take over and if my son is up, I stay up until like 12 in the morning, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so my wife can get to sleep. Yeah. But now she works, she does DoorDash from time to time. So she takes the kids to school. I normally wake the boys up, wake her daughter up and get them ready for school. So she takes them to school. By that time, hopefully my son is asleep so I can get some sleep. And then she goes out and does her DoorDash. On that particular day, she never gave me her routine on what she was going to be doing. And normally I just tell her, just let me know. You know, because by her being out there by herself, I want to make sure that she's okay, and I know exactly her routine. So I eventually fell asleep. My son eventually fell asleep. I woke up around 6 o'clock, hearing my wife call me. So she was like, hey, you know, it's time for you to get up. You got to get ready for the feast and everything. So I said, okay. And roll out the bed. You know, by that time, my son was just waking up, smiling and everything. So I rolled out the bed literally. So I told her, I said, I'm gonna make some coffee first. You know, my routine, I gotta make my coffee. So she's like, all right, hurry up. I'm like, okay. So at that time, the kids was trying to wake up too because they was already home from school. And she made it home. She was real excited about, you know, the feast and everything. And she's like, why isn't nobody else excited? And I'm like, baby, we just woke up. You know, I said, everything gonna get done. Calm down, relax. And she was like, no, we gotta go, come on. I said, baby, it's still early. It's not even sundown yet. You know, this is the first day of the feast, is also our Sabbath. So now, by 7:45, I think that's when the sun goes down. We gotta make sure that we're not buying or selling anything. And at that time, I was outside, opening up the garage to look to see how the tent looked, because I haven't brought it out ever since a year previous. So when I pulled it out of the shed, it was a lot of water still in it from last year. And I told her, I said, baby, there's a lot of water on here. I'm gonna have to let it dry. So I don't know if I'm putting it up right now. So instantly she started getting upset. And I seen the look in her eyes because she has a history of mental illness. It's been documented, and I've been working since we've been married on trying to help her out with that situation. And it's been more than one occasion that I had to call the police to the residence to try to defuse situations. And I told her, I said, baby, it's gonna get done, I promise. I said, but what I'm gonna do is lay it out on the garage ground. Then I'm gonna go, cause we had a lot of trees we cut down previous today. So I said, what I'm gonna do is to start shaving the trees down, getting the wood that we can use just for firewood, and throw the rest away. So she was still upset. Then she went in the house and started talking loud. So I wanted to try to diffuse the situation, and I said, baby, listen, it's early for me. This is when I normally get up. I go to work 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night. So I said, I'm gonna be up all night, so don't worry about it. By that time, I tend to be up. You can go to sleep tonight. In the morning, we can get everything going. So she didn't like that. So she started saying, why you always acting lazy? And I said, baby, it's no way I'm lazy when I'm taking care of the house. I'm the one taking care of all the bills. I'm taking care of everything. Now I got 3 of your children, and I'm motivating them and helping them do better. I said, so how can you call me lazy?
Did it get physical at all?
No. And I told
So kind of explain, and I know there's a lot to the story we're talking about. So talk to me about the physical part, the allegation.
My wife, she has a problem thinking that I'm a cheater.
Okay.
And when we first got married, she never told me of her mental illness until later.
What's her mental illness?
She told me that it's been documented she has multiple personalities.
Multiple personalities.
Yes. So she has a social media, it's hard to say fan base because I'm not a social media person. I have no social media. And when I met her, she told me she has just a little social media fan base. I'm like, okay, I don't care, as long as I'm not involved in none of that.
Yeah.
And I eventually ended up being involved in it because she was so adamant on trying to bring me into the camera, and I didn't like that. Sure. So I would always try to duck and dodge, and she started thinking that it was because I had another female that could be watching and things like that. And so I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give you my iPhone app, so you know exactly where I'm at when I leave to go to work. You can see where my body's going at work and everything. So I've been doing that ever since I got married with her. And I said, baby, I go to work, I come home to you. I sleep, I'm up with y'all.
Okay.
I said, I don't go nowhere. I don't go to clubs. I don't do none of that. I pray 5 times a day. I try to get her to do the same thing.
Well, and I get it. There's never say a lot to it, but like,
so
did it get physical?
She got to the point to where she said, I had mentioned something about a divorce.
Okay.
And it sparked, I think, anger in her, because it was always times where I said, baby, if you don't straighten up, we can't work. I have to look to see about a divorce, even though I don't want to, because I was raised in a 2-parent household. And I told her when I got married, I need to have a 2-parent household for our child. And I told her, I said, I can't get married unless, I can't have a child unless we're married. So that's what we did. And I'm 40. I waited until I was married to have a child. And she started going off on the deep end. And then she said multiple times, you know I'm possibly going to be losing my Section 8 because of this CPS case that I got going on. She had a CPS case prior to me meeting her, and all 7 of her children got taken away. She finally got 3 of her oldest children back in her custody, and I was their supervisor in order to help the process go along.
So did he get physical? Talk to me about
No,
that. So it's-
it didn't get physical.
Okay,
My
so
wife has a thing about this happened before to where when she thought I was cheating because I was going to work a little earlier. I said, yeah, I gotta go to work.
Okay.
My boss will want me there earlier. I have to go. By the time I got to work, she was calling me. She said, if you don't get home, I'm gonna call the police and tell them you've been hitting me.
Okay.
I said,
When was that?
this was sometime last year around October. So eventually,
Last year?
yeah, she had, at that time, my laptop was sitting around, so she went through my laptop, went through my business emails, found my manager's phone number,
This was all last year?
started calling
Okay,
her.
so let me talk about the physical part that I'm talking about the second.
I want to say that because she brings those things up again.
Sure.
And that's what gives her the ability to feel like, that I'm trying to get you to understand her mindset.
I understand. I understand there's a mindset. You're saying there's mental illness and everything like that. So let me just. I'm trying to cut to the chase because I'm just trying to cut to the chase. There's an allegation of you grabbing her arms. Did that happen?
No.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So you're saying that so none of that happened. So that night, none of that happened.
No.
You guys just had a verbal argument.
Yes.
And
I don't even call it an argument because.
And that's what you said. You said for sure. It was just verbal.
Yeah. I told her.
Well, let me just. I'm just gonna. This whole thing, and I understand people have marriage problems and everything like that. And there's obviously there's that, but did anybody put their hands on her?
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna show you a few photos. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
These are photos taken at the scene.
Yeah.
These are clear signs of injuries.
Oh yeah, it's clear signs of injuries.
So can you
What
explain at all where those came from?
I can't. I know that she said that she's been cheating on me. She said it, and I got it on audio record. She said she was recording, and she said she's been cheating on me for a while.
Okay.
So when she starts to leave the home, I told her
Something happens, or
I know that looks like something happened to her.
okay.
And only thing I can
Because the big thing is I'm just trying to get the truth, obviously.
yeah, and
I'm a big proponent of, and I understand people have different backgrounds, different religious backgrounds, and I'm religious too.
Yeah.
My whole thing is.
one thing
Hang
about
on. The whole thing is,
One thing about
it's just
religious-
hang on. It's just being truthful. So you're telling me that you did not do that.
no, one thing about religious beliefs, I don't believe that a man should injure a woman nor a child. And that's one thing my wife can agree on, no matter how she feels. When she met me, I have a history of being the most kind and polite with everybody.
Because there's two sides, like I said, there's two sides to every story. And if somebody were to maybe grab somebody's arms, not intentional, it's not like she has a black eye.
And
You understand?
that looks like skin being ripped off,
No,
like a burn or something.
that's not. Those are. I'll show you. Those are finger marks.
What's that? The left or the right arm?
So, with the finger marks, there's multiple ways that that injury can happen. Okay, and that can be from grabbing somebody's arms. Okay, because there's a mark. Okay, there's a mark if I punch somebody in the face versus I put somebody under arrest and they have that on there. Is that really assault? No, it's grabbing somebody's arms, sort of thing. So that changes the story if it didn't happen versus I grab the arm, she bruises easily. People have different types of, I got knee the other day during, what's that?
That's one mark. There's different photos.
No, it's two different arms. So this is not my cell phone, this is the department's cell phone, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Clearly finger marks. Okay. But, like I said, if somebody grabs somebody, maybe oh, okay, well I did grab her arms, but it's not a strike. Does that make sense? It's not a punch.
I mean, of course, it's not a punch.
There's a difference between if I go and grab somebody's arm versus if I take them and I.
What's the difference of self-inflicted wounds?
Self-inflicted wounds, like she did this herself.
Yeah, because she has.
So I've been doing this for a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time they say that, she did it herself.
No, I
She
didn't.
did it herself.
I didn't lose
Hang on.
that. I just said
Every time, and I can tell you because I anticipate when people say that.
Mm-hmm.
The finger marks don't make sense. The way the finger marks are coming in, I already talked to the evidence technician and the forensic guy. Those are done by somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was asking. The only reason why I say that is because she has a history.
Because she has a mental
No,
illness.
she's actually. There was one time where I had to go to work again early, and she didn't want me to go. And she has a thing of, and it's police documented because I had to call her.
Is this police documented? When was this?
This happened.
Did it happen here?
At the police station.
No, was it happen in
Warner, yeah, at my home.
Okay.
You know.
When?
And this was sometime probably in January. So
So it was documented that she.
yeah,
she
because
hurt herself?
I'm the one that called the police.
Okay.
All the police calls has been from me, trying to defuse the situation, and it's been majority of because she thinks that I'm cheating. Or I have somebody else.
I understand that what you're saying.
So-
So what happened in January? You
So,
say that
She told me that she was gonna take a bunch of pills, and
So that's self-harm. So
so
she was taking self-harm
So-
that day?
so she went into my half bag.
I need the short version.
She went into my half bag,
Okay.
and she brought back an empty bottle and threw it at me. Said, "Look, see, so you can't go to work. You gotta watch Junior. I'm gonna have to go to the hospital." So
She didn't, no, hang on, because we're straying off topic a lot. You keep avoiding the fact.
I wouldn't say avoid.
Did she do something similar that I didn't know about on that day? Besides, that's a self-harm issue. Did she try to?
Self-inflicted on that day?
So she took some pills and she injured herself like this and blamed it on somebody.
That's self-inflicted harm.
Okay.
When you take pills.
I'm talking about something like this.
On that day?
Yeah.
No, not on
Okay,
that
so
day.
not enough. Alright.
But she has.
But you're saying you didn't do this?
What I'm trying to tell you
Uh-huh.
is that she has threatened me on multiple occasions, and it's documented on the police body cams of me not being able to go to work due to the fact that she says that she cannot watch her son. She will commit suicide. She will hurt herself.
Okay.
So those are the things I'm trying to tell
No,
you.
I'm talking about like, that is not consistent, everyone, like, that's not consistent of ending my life.
Well,
Like, I really wanna end it today, I don't go like this.
yes, but
Does that make
if
sense?
somebody really wants someone to feel their pain, because I have
Like
audio,
I said, man, every guy that does this to their wife, they always say that.
but
Like,
now,
always say that.
so now, is this being recorded?
Yeah.
So now it sounds like you have a predetermination that I'm guilty.
No, it's not a
No,
predetermined,
because-
you have nothing to account for this. And then you're saying the same old stuff
Well, I'm telling, no, look, you want me to stay on one subject when I'm trying to tell you the whole.
You didn't do it, but you keep avoiding,
But-
you start talking, going down these
yeah,
other
but
little
you
rabbit,
know-
trying to lead me down these other rabbit holes.
No,
But if you didn't do it, you didn't do it, right?
but
If you didn't do it, you didn't do it, right?
But if you're saying,
So you're saying-
every man,
You're saying that you didn't do it, you didn't do
it's
it.
strange that you have a smirk on your face.
Huh? I don't have a smirk on my face, man. I take this stuff very seriously.
Okay, well when I was
Well,
talking,
if you're
I
saying that
said
you didn't
smirk.
do it, you didn't do it. If I'm saying
Well, I
that
told you,
maybe it could be something else because you don't want to tell me that,
I
hey, you just got into
I
a
have
little
no,
tip, that's okay.
I have no fear about telling the truth.
Okay.
That's the one thing about me. If you knew me, you
Yeah.
would know that. My wife even knows that. I would tell the truth about everything.
Yeah.
And those are the things because I fear God. I know that when it's time for my judgment, He's going to show me my life and say,
Let me bottom line you here. You didn't do this.
Correct.
Okay. That's all there is to it, right?
You know I said that earlier, right?
Yeah. And so
you
when
were
I talk to
saying-
people,
you
my
were
job
saying-
is to see if something else happened. If somebody, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if somebody grabbed somebody's arm
Mhm.
and didn't intend to, that would account for it.
Mhm.
But you saying that makes her a liar. Like, she's lying.
And I try to tell people that.
And that's the way it is.
So
So that's why you lead people down these little different avenues
Yeah,
of like, hey, maybe it's not what you think.
I told-
Maybe there's another explanation to it.
told the officers.
Does that make sense?
That is another explanation.
That there could be other explanations.
What do you mean?
There's a strike versus someone grabbing somebody's arm and somebody being able to move easily. Does that make sense?
It seems like you're trying to get me to say that I